Today we're going to learn how to set up an APA paper in Word. So of course the first thing you're going to want to do is open a new Word document as you see here. So APA has a few things that are very specific to it, such as having a title page. And the title page has to be set up in a very specific way. So let's go ahead and go through a step-by-step process of how to do that. The very first thing you're going to want to do is set up your header. And there's two ways to get to the header. One is you simply double click at the top of the page. As you see, it says header. Or you can go to Insert, Header, Edit Header. And again, you see that you're in the header because it says header right here. So once you're in the header, you're going to want to go to this little box right here and it says Different First Page. You're going to want to make sure that's check marked. And once it's check marked, you'll see that it changed to First Page Header. This is very important because in APA you have to have a different first page header. Once you make sure that that is checked, you want to go back to Home. And you want to set your font to Times New Roman 12. Okay, this is very important. Do not use any other font. Use Times New Roman 12. Now that that's all set up, you're going to want to type in running head followed by a colon. Once you put the colon, you're going to hit space and then cap locks because you're going to put the title of your paper here and it has to be in all caps. So for this paper, let's go ahead and call this APA Formatting for Class. Once you've finished with your title, go ahead and turn off cap locks and tab all the way to the right side of the header. This is where you'll insert your page number. So you'll go to Insert, Page Number, and make sure it is right aligned. Click OK. So let's check the header one more time. So this is the first page header. It says running head followed by a colon, space, and all caps title, and the right side has the page number. Once you've finished with that and made sure it is perfect, just go ahead and double click anywhere else on the paper and it'll bring you outside the header. Now notice once we're back outside the header, our font went back to Calibri. You're going to want to go ahead and change that back to Times New Roman and make sure it's 12. This is also where you'll go ahead and set up your page spacing or your line spacing. So you'll go over here to this little icon where it says line and paragraph spacing, and you want to go ahead and hit 2. I also want to show you something else so that you can make sure that there's not extra spacing after the double spacing. Go ahead and click the icon again and go to line spacing options. Here you'll see that there's 0 points before and 0 points after. This is exactly how it's supposed to look. Make sure that it does say 0 because sometimes some Word programs will have like 8 points or 12 points and that throws off your spacing. Once you make sure that it says 0, 0, and double, go ahead and click OK. Now for the title page, you want to center it and then hit enter several times to bring you further down the page. The very first thing you're going to put is the title of your paper, but it's not in all caps this time. So it would just be APA Formatting for Class. Then hit enter. Now you'll put your name. So my name is Andrea Garcia. Okay. Then you'll hit enter again. This is where you will put in your teacher's name. So let's say our teacher is Mr. Johnson. So we'll go ahead and put in Mr. Johnson or Miss Johnson or Miss Peña-Bui or Miss Poe. Once you put in the name of the teacher, you will hit enter again and now you'll put in your class. So let's just say it's criminal justice. Once you've put in the class, the final thing that you'll do is input the date. Now the date is set up in a very specific way. You're going to want to go ahead and do the day first. So today is the 2nd of September 2019. Then hit enter. So let's just make sure we have everything. We have our title, which is APA Formatting for Class, my name, which is Andrea Garcia, my teacher's name, which happens to be Mr. Johnson, the class is Criminal Justice, and the date is the 2nd of September 2019. I want to make sure that I hit enter after the date because now I need to start a new page because my title page is complete. We have the header and we have my title page information. To get to the second page, you're going to want to go to Layout and it'll say Breaks. Click the little down arrow and it'll say Page. Hit that and now you're on a new page. Now one thing you'll notice is my header is gone. So I want to double click in my header again. And notice it just says header this time, not first page header, which is good. But if we click home, we'll see that it went back to Calibri. So again, go to Times New Roman 12 and hit cap locks. We're going to go ahead and put the title again, but no running head, just the title. So APA Formatting for Class. Hit cap locks again to turn it off and tab all the way to the right because we need to insert our page number again. So go to Insert, Page Number, right align and hit OK. Notice it says 2. That's perfect. I can double click outside of it. Now, we still want to keep it centered as we can see here. So you want to make sure it says centered and it is in Times New Roman 12. And we're going to go ahead and put the title again. I know it seems redundant or repetitive, but this is what it requires. But it will not be in all caps. So you will put APA Formatting for Class. Hit enter. Now I want to go ahead and go back to left align because I'm going to go ahead and start my paragraphs. Now every paragraph needs to have an indent, so I will hit tab one time and then I will start typing. So for example, it says this is where your paper will start. You will want to make sure that you indent each new paragraph and that all paragraphs are double spaced, as you can see here. Also remember to hit enter at the end of your paragraph to ensure you start a new paragraph. So you see I hit enter here so that I started a new paragraph and I indented it. Your paragraph should look like this. There should be no extra spacing between the paragraphs. This will help your paper look more uniform. So now that we have it set up this way, you can see that this is a proper format for APA. I have my title and my paragraphs that are double spaced and indented. I have my second page header as well as my first title page with my first page header. If all these match, you have set up your APA paper correctly. The next video will cover how to do in-text citations and to create the reference page.